This episode of the Devinwade Show is brought to you by Ace the Engineer, the only other audio engineer I trust to mix the Devinwade Show. If you want your stuff to sound professional, make sure to hit up Ace the Engineer, unless he's with like Beyonce or Patti LaBelle or some shit like that at the moment. Follow Ace the Engineer on IG at Ace the Engineer.
Dev Nasty.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to another episode of the Devinwade Show. I'm your host, Dev Nasty, a.k.a. Dangerous Dev Nasty, a.k.a. Choke Your Mama Out, a.k.a. Choke Your Pop Out. Before we get into a bunch of weird shit that was going on, because some people on our set was tasting semen, before we get into that, to the left of me.
You already know, it's your girl Walesca D, always bringing the fashion. Okay, we got that over.
No.
I don't even know
She said,
what I was
always
gonna
talk.
say.
Who was tasting semen?
My mind is just going crazy right now. But you already know it's the girl with less. I can't even say my name right. I'm fucked up
just
today.
go short.
I haven't even drank alcohol.
This
is my friend Wally.
I'm Walesca D.
You notice that
and this is just me.
Listen, y'all know that I just said that women on set was
No,
talking
but it
about
wasn't
tasting
me.
semen,
It wasn't
and all of a
me.
sudden there's all kind of
No,
shit going
it's just,
on.
you know, I
Kev,
get tongue
what was
tied
it?
sometimes here.
It was like a
Yeah, she talking.
You know?
My boo.
But y'all get you get the real version of us. That's just who we are. We goofy,
Right.
we crazy, we fuck up all the fucking time.
Yeah, we
so
do.
y'all just caught me on a bad day today.
We got Leather Wally tonight. You know when it's Leather Wally,
That's Freaky Wally.
it's a whole different
That's
Walesca.
Freaky Wally, and of course, all the way to the left of it.
Listen, man, it's your boy Pretzel, man. Know what I mean? Enemy. Yeah, unsalted too.
Yeah, I don't like salted pretzel.
Yeah, exactly. Unsalted.
Weird.
They love the pretzel without salt.
No.
I'm
Oh,
still
it
trying to
is.
imagine the position, the pretzel position.
No, me too.
I'm just asking.
He did show us one time.
No,
like
I still don't see it.
Oh, you gonna see it? You want to see
No,
it?
I'm
Listen,
not.
you know we'll talk later if you really want to.
You can draw me a picture.
Hold on, wait.
I draw it.
She said, "Who wants a pretzel without salt on it?"
A lot of people.
Really?
Some people just prefer the pretzel stick. They don't
Some
even
people
want
just prefer the salt.
You know they got pretzel sticks. They don't want some people don't want
That's
it twisted.
like Auntie Anne's, but a original
What's this
Philly
called?
pretzel.
Yo, I have an
It's
addiction to Annie Ann's. I'm not gonna
Did you
lie.
hear the difference between they said that? The auntie part?
Yeah. They said I got her beat, but
I'm Monica and listen to
No,
that.
Annie Ann's with me at all times.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. And of course, all the way at the bar, we got the mixed mud with the big bird.
oh, don't fall down.
Look,
Hey guys, it's your favorite mulatto, Monica.
yeah, that
And
was
we're at the Devinwade Show.
super trash. And of course, the other nasty girl. Let's see what she got now for her intro to the left of me.
It's your favorite white girl, Angelina _adventures.
All
I'm a little
right.
tipsy now, so you guys get an intro.
Okay, all right, let's get it, man.
She's
let's
so
get it.
funny. I love her.
I didn't know what was going on. We got a lot of people, you know, that are outside of the camera. They're on the other side of the camera. You don't see. Somehow, I don't know. I walked upstairs.
But they're
Els-
family.
Yeah, family.
Family.
And Els was talking about
Yeah.
somebody tasting semen. I don't know what was going on. I'm not saying that Els was tasting semen. I'm saying that something was going on. And then I heard Angelina say that she often tries to make the men that she deals with
right.
taste their own
I'm gonna start doing that.
semen.
I just fuck
You're
around, you
disgusting.
know? Like, I always just, wonder if they will.
So, like,
but
if
they usually won't, but I'm like, come on.
Hold on, she said
Do
usually.
it.
You said
Do
they
it.
usually won't.
I mean,
So
yo.
how many people have done this?
there's some people that will do it.
You know how you
That's
gotta do
disgusting.
it though?
Like,
Nah,
there's
you gotta
guys
do it.
that have done it before
That's
that definitely
disgusting.
know. What do you mean? I taste my
Ow.
pussy juice all day.
That's cool.
It's
I-
different.
I'm
Angelina.
trying to get a job. I need to stop.
Angelina, but hold on. Like, what do you do?
I'm
if
a
it's like-
marketing professional.
This is her right.
Hire me.
Hold on, really quick. So
She's
wait, so with it, you have the semen in your hand, so you like get it from the penis. Do you do like you have
it
to
from
do
the
it
penis.
quick? Do you do it like this?
Yo,
No, I don't put it on their face.
why the
I
fuck would
like
you
give
do
them
that?
the option. Like
Yo.
it's a question with it on my finger.
I just been violating on
would you?
national television. Damn, I'm
You go
suing
like
you.
that.
I'm suing you, nigga. You laughing? I'm
Is
suing
that
you, bitch
cannibalism
ass.
though?
Is that cannibalism?
I'm suing this
What?
nigga.
How? That's
Porter,
He knew
Porter,
that was coming.
Porter,
That's
first off,
living
Porter,
I'm suing Devin Wade.
hold up, Porter, you own this show too.
I'm suing your part. I'm suing your percentage, nigga. Your part. Fuck out of here. You knew that was happening. You knew
Yeah,
you it now because y'all been talking lately and y'all be on bullshit.
This is the good part of making sure
like a
everybody got ownership of it. He can't sue
Listen,
himself.
one thing I will say though
got
about
you,
that,
Porter.
listen, Angela,
I got
that's
you, Porter.
disgusting, right? And
How?
hold on, for I'm talking about when she talking about making a man taste his own semen.
I'm not
right?
making
Why you
him.
make
I'm
us taste
giving him
us?
the option.
Only
try
listen,
it.
only a
Put it
weird,
on my finger
only
and
a-
just see.
That's beyond freaky. That's weird. That goes into the weird category.
Why?
I didn't say
But
it
he's
wasn't
now-
weird.
He's now a weird freak, right? It's different. He's beyond the regular.
You
Which
make
freak.
might
us
be
taste
hotter.
ours.
But y'all, when y'all eat the box, y'all kiss the woman, y'all all up in her mouth. So we tasting our own when y'all do that.
Y'all
so,
always taste your own. Y'all
do you
love to
mean?
taste your own.
Who said that?
He
All
thinks
the
we
women
just
I've
eat
been with.
ourselves.
I
and
taste
all the
it.
time.
I
Most
don't think
of the-
I don't think literally we do
Yo,
love it.
yes, y'all do
I
do
don't
that.
think we-
Women,
No,
most
no.
of-
I'm not saying we don't do that. I'm saying I don't think we really like it. I just think we do it because we're in the moment.
No,
but I don't
nothing-
think
I
that's
don't
something that we
I think
that we love to do.
I
like-
think y'all do love to do
Hold on,
it
wait.
because it's the simple fact that it's freaky, it's nasty, it
Right.
turns everything up. Hold on, and it's
Nasty.
safe. It's you. It's
No,
safe.
so
then
we
you do it.
understand that.
You
with
do
like-
it.
I
You
want to
do
know
it.
what it
You
tastes
ain't
like
saying
before
me.
he
It's
has
safe.
it.
Yo.
It's you.
Stop talking shit. Because you keep saying me. You want to like, what's up? But nah, listen. Nah, that's my boo. That's my boo. But listen, I seen a porno. Right? Back in the day, this porno will forever never be forgotten by me because of that trifling shit. Right?
Trifling?
And shout out to Cam, Jim Jones, and Jewels because this was
It was a Dipset porno.
Listen, it was a Dipset porno. It was,
Dick
no,
sack?
hold on,
Dick
no.
sack?
It was called Dip Sex. It was called.
Yo,
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
okay,
Yo.
here we go, my boy tapping in.
All right, go ahead.
Now I got Nasty Dad. This Dad Nasty.
Yo, go ahead,
Dad
yo,
Nasty
go ahead.
just kicked in. But nah, the Dipset, shout to the legendary, infamous Dipset. They actually went into the adult film world at one point. And this was going to be another addition to their empire, right? Dipsex. But I didn't like the guy who they got. I did like the females because they had, I believe it was Roxy Reynolds, Philadelphia. I believe the other one was
he knew where they was from and shit.
I forget the other one name, but that's my boo too. Dior, Beauty Dior, I think is her name, brown skin joint. It was them two. And the dude was, you're right, the dude was cool with it, I guess. They actually, what they did was, and this is crazy, they was doing whatever they was doing, right? Toppy Lobby, Sloppy Toppy. They gave Poppy Sloppy Toppy.
They put it on
And-
themselves.
No,
ate
he
it
like,
off.
I guess he came in one of their mouth, and then they went back and kissed him and spit it back in his
And hold on, and Dipset,
I don't know about all that.
Hold on, Dipset co-signed that?
Well, we ain't seen no more dip sex after that, so that
I
obviously
just
wasn't
want
a
to
good
give you
idea.
a taste so you know what I have to
nasty.
fucking
I'll throw up.
swallow.
I'll throw up.
Like, motherfucker, this is hard.
Yeah, I'm just telling you that.
No, that's a
from-
good point.
That
This
was-
tastes like laundry detergent.
This is what we
Fuck
go
you.
through.
Hold on, she said laundry detergent. That's great.
No, I like
It's
that.
the
I like
equivalent of swallowing a bunch of tides. So why
like-
don't you try it before you start
No, it's
judging?
like swallowing the ocean water.
I
Like,
like
you know
that.
that feeling?
Or chlorine pool.
Wally, what's your take on it?
Or permanent marker. Sometimes
Ocean
it's
water
different.
is
I don't
the
know.
perfect example. Ocean water.
Wait,
Did you see the dip
Are
sex?
you saying no? I've never seen that. But are you saying the taste of the semen or the process of when swallowing?
The process of swallowing
Oh,
laundry
because you're
detergent.
trying to. Because you're not trying. Because what they're trying
Can
to
you-
do
can you
is
not
they're
make
not
that
trying to.
By
they're
the
not
way,
trying
guys,
to taste
you
it, so they're trying
might
to, like,
think
throw
I
it back.
swallow, but I don't.
You spit it out.
Sorry
You spit it out.
to break the illusion.
You spit it out.
I don't even do that.
He's like, I don't even know. It just disappears.
Hold on. If you never had cum in your mouth, how you know it tastes like
no,
Tide?
like
I'm trying to figure this shit
literally,
out,
I
'cause you
haven't gave a
confusing me.
blowjob where
You confusing me now.
Porta, you're confused on that. Not the
No,
fact that,
hold on.
not
You
the
be
fact,
quiet.
not the
You
fact
be
that she
quiet.
knows what Tide
You be
tastes
quiet.
like.
Everybody
Fucking
calm
alien.
down, damn it.
She
talking
knows
to
We
what
can't
Tide
even.
tastes
Hold
like.
on. We can't even have a civilized conversation
That's right.
about semen swallowing around this goddamn place.
Did you have semen in your mouth or not?
Before.
Did you have Tide in your mouth or not?
Not.
No.
What?
That's my question. How do you know what Tide tastes like?
You probably tasted it by accident before.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
Crazy.
try everything once.
Oh my god.
I mean, she already told us she crazy. That's our baby. That's our crazy
She
baby.
was on My Strange Addictions.
She do crazy shit sometimes.
Yeah, I like to put my contacts in my mouth after I take them out.
Oh, wait.
so.
Wait.
What?
I think the feeling of my like contacts rolling between my tongue and the roof of my mouth is like a cool feeling.
Huh?
Yeah, my contacts.
Do you want, what you
I
think, your
take my
tongue gonna be able to see?
I take them out of my eyes at night and I put them in my mouth and then I roll them between my tongue and
try
the
to
roof
give
of
you-
my mouth and it's so good.
You think your tongue can see when you do that?
No,
tongue
I
means
could just
20/20.
feel it. It's
I think
like
it's a sensation
salty,
thing for her. It's
cool.
sensation.
Holy.
I mean, I spit them out after. I don't swallow them.
Oh,
Do you
good.
put it
Thank
back
the
in your
Lord.
eyes eventually?
No, I use one a
God.
days, obviously, guys.
She's
So
not.
next
she's
thing you
not
know,
crazy.
you're gonna be putting food in your eyes.
Yeah, I'm
Says
not
she
gonna
uses
do that.
one a day is goofy.
They throw
Nah, that's my book.
my
They're
man's so
disposable.
mad because I literally like have contacts everywhere. Like they just come out of my eyes wherever, and I just like
And then you save them.
I literally don't put them in the trash. I just like let them go where they want. I'm like,
You
oh,
leave. I know what you do. You leave them around for
he's-
emergency
he's
contacts.
no, like these
Just in
dry out.
case.
He's like,
Emergency
this is the
munchies.
most disgusting thing ever. My contacts are like on the couch. Like, just
Hold
dried
on.
up.
Porter got bars in here. Niggas not even there. He said emergency contact.
For real.
And he had some bars earlier with the tongue being able to see. Anyway, man.
Okay, sorry guys, that was really weird.
What's emergency
I'm
contact?
gonna stop now.
What the fuck is going on? Are you, emergency you never. She
And
don't
don't
go,
talk-
no,
no.
shut up. Listen, Monica don't go to the doctors, y'all. She don't get no
Oh.
checkups. She don't do nothing. She don't even fill out paperwork because she ain't even know emergency contact
And
was.
we gonna start doing random urines here because I don't know if our homie, the guy behind the camera, the master man, Els, I know when he heard about the semen shit, he started like nodding off. It was weird. I looked at that. I said, "What's up with my boy?"
Yeah, hopefully he not on heroin.
Yeah. Because some people not even giving out heroin. They giving out fentanyl like it's heroin. And there's a lot of stuff floating out there.
There's nothing wrong if you tasted it once. Just for all the viewers out there, don't feel guilty. These guys are just shaming you.
If the dudes tasted their own semen, that's what she's thinking.
It's natural. Don't worry. Like
It's
you're
organic,
fine.
non-GMO.
I thought she
You
was
were
talking
curious
I thought
about
she was
your
talking about the
own
heroin.
jizz. I get
I was
it.
like, wait, what?
No, not the heroin. Please, nobody do
Yeah.
heroin. Anyway,
What? Don't do heroin.
Don't
No.
do heroin.
Don't do
Heroin is what they call
Hey,
it.
Ron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, hold on. I got something that I want to like really like start this off with just to see where the team thoughts is because I heard something crazy over the weekend. I heard something crazy.
Okay.
All right, real quick, right? I was in the spot eating real quick. I'm gonna make it short too because the people y'all be on my ass.
Can you?
right?
Is that possible for you, Porter?
Yes, because I
That's it.
respect the people. The people that tap into our chat, y'all gotta understand that even though it's sometimes the way y'all say shit that make me like not fuck with it, but what y'all say is important to us. We fuck with y'all. So we taking heat. Over the weekend, I was out eating. I'm waiting for my food. I ordered. As I'm waiting for my food, I overhear a young lady talking on like the phone. And she's talking to another young lady, it seems like. And it seems like the young lady she's talking to her about where she's staying at. And she's staying with a friend, right? Because the friend had a boyfriend, right? And she had her child with her.
The fact that Richie has this whole story down pat just
Well,
says a lot. But go ahead.
ear
No,
hustling. Go ahead.
No. The fact that she was loud.
Oh, okay. Let's
The
go.
fact that she was loud and it was for everybody at that point.
So
you
okay.
tuned in.
Oh, so okay.
Well, I couldn't help it.
Hold on. We
I
getting
was trying to
thrown.
really mind my business and do like my yoga shit, but she was too loud.
We getting thrown off. So the girl is talking to somebody on the phone, and
talking
she's
to somebody
staying
over the
with
phone.
about how she's staying with someone.
She's saying about how she's staying with someone. And she's complaining about the person who she's staying with, significant other.
Okay.
Significant other, and I know I heard this conversation correctly because again, she was super loud. And she's talking about how, like, I guess she has a child that's with her. The child stays there too.
Hold on. So the girl that's staying at the person's house, she got her child she's staying there with.
She's staying at somebody's house who lives
With
with
her
a man.
child.
Yeah, she's staying with a couple.
She's staying with a couple.
With her child.
With
though.
her child.
Yup.
Okay.
And in this conversation, the girl kept going on and on about how, like, you know, all I really heard was like, nah, don't nobody tell my kid, you know, when they loud or when they need to take the noise down.
See, that's
or
the
none of-
problem.
oh no, yeah. I thought she was coming with the bullshit. In no way she was trying to say, like, should anybody say anything to her child? That's her job. But in this equation, she was actually under someone else's roof. And 9 times out of 10, that man that was complaining about this kid's noise or the excessive noise
the man of the house.
at certain times of the night when he has to wake up and go to work in the morning, he was based, whether he paid all the bills or half.
It's his fucking, he lives there.
Right.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna hold you. I just was like, I was kind of like felt away with baby girl, and I ain't even had nothing to do with it. I was just sitting in the cut, like, if I'm that nigga at work and I get wind of you talking like this about my house where I provide every fucking thing and we doing you a favor to try to uplift you in life and help you out a little bit, and this how the fuck you talking about being in somebody else's shit? You gonna probably find yourself under a fucking bridge.
Cause so this happens often with people when they staying with other people. Like, this don't have to be. So in this situation, is like, oh, babe, can my girlfriend come stay with? She's not in a good place right now. I need her to come stay with us with her son. You underneath this man's crib. If he not being a dickhead, like, I could see if it was something where the boy is just in there, abusive with the language. He's being an extra asshole. Even if you stay in there, that don't mean that you necessarily have to deal with a person being a complete jerk off.
Right.
Because in some scenarios, right, let's just play always devil's advocate so that we got something to debate, right? He already upset. He don't really want the girl over there.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Which I don't blame you.
like that happens, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do you the solid. Your girlfriend could stay with us, babe. Now her girlfriend come with the little kid running around, nobody saying nothing to him, and he is being a little bit off-putting or short with the kid. Right. That's not cool. That's not cool, but you do know where you are. You
Did we see the kid? Was the kid with her when she was having this conversation?
I don't believe so.
Because I was like, I would want to know, like, roughly
I wasn't
the age, because I'm like,
the background,
if that kid was like 3 years old, 4 years old, y'all know how kids are at those ages.
They're
sensitive,
right? It's a very
No, I just was saying they was bad. She's talking about they sensitive.
I was saying sensitive, like a grown man's telling me to be quiet type of thing. Like, I'd rather you tell the mom to tell him to be quiet.
They like tear their house apart.
I wouldn't say to tell my kid to be quiet. I don't know. Why? I do feel some type
Why
of
though?
Why? Because I feel like I grew up sensitive. So like with adult figures, it was always like I was just really sensitive. Like to someone that you're not my mom or my dad, and you're telling me like you're talking to me in a certain tone or something.
You're not my mom. I don't have to listen to you.
So this is a good lesson for the kid. If I want to argue this point, everybody that tells you what to do is not going to be your mom.
Right.
Nigga, you got to go to school. Right. And when you go to school, the teacher that don't live with you, that don't provide the groceries in this house, pay this electricity, this rent, this mortgage, whatever it is, they going to tell you, little Johnny, sit down. Right. Little Johnny, it's time to be quiet now.
Right.
Hey, turn that off. Don't leave your toys all around the living, whatever it is. So I have had situations I remember within my own family where I watched 2 of my aunts physically fight.
Right.
Because one aunt, because they just wasn't on par with each other at the time. The kid is acting up, and one of the aunts is speaking to their niece and says, yo, stop that shit. Chill. Then it turns into don't do that with my daughter. I think that the woman in that situation could actually be interfering with their child's proper development by cutting off anybody that's giving that kid actual good instruction. You understand?
Can I chime in real quick? Well, I agree with Monica to a certain extent, right? Because Monica, I definitely understand that, right? How you felt, because you was probably close-knitted family, parents, you ain't probably know too many other people. Everybody got different come-ups in the household, right? And I kind of like to get it, right? If you ain't know a lot of people and your family wasn't out there with a lot of people. But then I want to go back to like the old saying, it takes a village.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the village, right? And my thing is this, I believe in like it takes a village. I believe in it and I stand on it. Like, I just feel like where the problem lies at and what we got to figure out is let's immediately when information is being given to our children, or we get wind of information that's given to our children, we assess the information. What was given to my children?
Right.
What was he doing? Because at the end of the day, if you know your kid was wrong and what was said was right, and at the end of the day, that was actually something that would benefit him and save him from trouble and save him from a poisonous, toxic behavior, then guess what? It would stand up. I appreciate you.
But you know what happens sometimes in these situations, right?
Your child's never wrong.
That's what people start thinking.
People start thinking that too. But I feel like in this situation, number one, we have to point out all the factors. Number one, you're in someone else's house. Okay? Clearly, this couple don't got children. Clearly, let's just paint that. Let's just say that, right? Because he could have a child, but don't live with them. But let's just say this couple don't have any children. You're coming into their space with your child. At some point, you need to have a conversation with your child to be like, listen, because number one, they're opening their space for you to stay there. And again, like, you need to have a conversation and be like, listen, with your child. Like, and let's just say the child was 4 or 5. Like, listen, you know, me and you are going to stay here, but we have to be good because, you know, we're in you got to have those conversations with your kids.
And kids aren't going to necessarily be receptive to that 5 minutes later.
Right. But it's like, we have to understand, like, you know, your kid might do things that they normally do with you in this space, but might not be normal for that couple.
You ever been around a couple and or a person and they with their kid, and the kid is running around crazy, but they're so used to the kid.
It's like mom and dad ears. I hated that shit. My mom had that all the time. I'm like, you don't hear the kid screaming in the back while you're on the phone?
Yo.
She'll continue a whole phone conversation.
I've had kids come into my studio where their parents are doing photo shoots or stuff like that, and the kid is literally running and knocking shit off of tables, like literally look like the Tasmanian devil.
Right.
And I'm looking at the parent like, yo, you gotta grab this little nigga, because like if now I'm gonna be out of pocket if I say, yo, little man, yo, don't do that. What are you doing? Touching, hitting buttons in the studio? Don't hit buttons.
I feel like every parent would immediately jump to that kid's defense.
If you don't parent your children, especially in somebody else's establishment, if you don't parent your children,
home,
you can't, but that home could be somebody else's shit. So my thing is this goes back to when we talked about my barber, right? And my barber with his do's and don'ts. If a parent comes in there with her children and she walks out and the kids start knocking over chairs, knocking over the bubblegum machine, my fucking barber gonna say, yo, sit down. You gotta sit down, little man. Yeah. You gotta sit down like right now. Yeah, we don't do that here. And guess what? If the mom got an issue with that, yo, why you talking to him? Because for real, he ain't do nothing wrong. He talked to him in a stern voice that children respect. Because when you talk lightly to them like they're your homies, they say, fuck you. Yep. Right? So when he do that, he not really wrong. And I just feel like we got to go back to like the village thing, right? And even, let's play devil's advocate like my bro said, right? Even if a guy, let's say the guy in the household was like maybe a little too aggressive with the child, maybe using profanity. You didn't like profanity, right? Because I can understand that. That would probably make sense, right? It's a way to handle that. Yep. Because in my household, let me give y'all an example of my household, right? My older brother watches my kids a lot, right? Sometimes I come in the house, my older brother could have had a rough day. And I'll hear him yell at my kids like, yo, shut the fuck up. And I'll say to my brother, yo, you ain't got to talk to them like that. But at the same time, I go back to my children. Y'all need to be listening to everything your uncle say. That's your uncle.
But wait.
We don't play that. Like, I just feel like it, you know, in some cases.
What if your uncle is abusive, like beats his kids?
That's different. That's a different conversation. That's an issue.
I'm not going to lie. My aunt growing up where I spent all summer, she beat her kids. And
Did she beat you?
My mom said she couldn't. So she had to like hold back. But at the same time, like I've ran away with my cousins to like my dad's shop after they've been beaten like harshly. So, I mean, you just don't know. And my mom said like, stay away from Angelina, stay away from Jolene. Like me and my sister don't touch them because they were getting beaten. Like My older cousin got beat with a hockey stick so bad he couldn't go to school for a few days. Like,
So you're saying like, based on that situation, we don't know like if this kid
you
gets
don't
yelled
know
at
how
all the time. They might be
the
getting verbally
discipline
abused.
Might be.
I actually like where Angelina went with this situation a little bit because everybody's raised different. Some people was raised off of the whole spare the rod, spoil the child shit.
Yep.
You know, I grew up getting whoopings. You know what I'm saying?
Right, me too.
Where it's like my son didn't. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
mean, I
he
got whooped, but not like
Right.
Not like that.
So no,
yeah.
so no.
But
when
you
she,
probably, did you ever get whooped by anyone not your parents?
yes.
Yeah, did you ever get whooped by anybody not your parents?
I mean, I've gotten hit by them, but like not like
No, by anyone other than your parents.
Yeah, my aunt and my grandma.
Yeah.
But like,
So that's what
it's
I'm
all
saying.
like from the same generation of people. They all beat their kids.
My parents would have never let anyone.
So for
Well,
example,
like they don't let anyone. It was just
Anyone
because
else.
my mom was not
Not
around.
there?
right.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is this is a big thing that people just don't talk about or act like it's not. So people still beat their kids on a regular, like get spankings, right?
Yeah.
And that's a whole different debate. But people will be like, oh, hell no. That person needs a spanking. And then this person don't believe in spankings. And for some people, they might feel like, okay, well, listen, I can't watch your son for the weekend if that's not the kind of discipline that you put on your kids. Because over here, you do a certain level of thing out of pocket, we spank. Then that gotta be a thing amongst those parents where you already know that person don't have to watch your kids. They could be like, nah, we don't deal with that kind of disrespect. We don't, cause I remember being at my friend Jason's house when I was younger. He was the only white kid's house I ever went to. This is just my experience. This happened to me. And the way he talked to his parents, I was shook for real. Like he really was like, shut the fuck up, mom.
Right.
I'm fucking hanging out with Devin. Shut the fuck up.
Right.
And it was like, oh my God, this nigga is about to die.
That's why we all run to our white friends' houses.
Because don't understand, right?
Yo, so what I'm saying is the way that would have went down, like if I did that in my crib, he would have witnessed a beat and went to the crib and been like, they're abusing him over there. You know what I'm saying?
I killed my black friend in the house.
You know what I'm saying? So those are different degrees when it comes to that part. But under no circumstances with me, if a person is inside of my house, oh yeah, I'm going to tell your kid, give them instructions or say something to them and that they doing out of pocket. And it depends on how out of pocket it is.
Right.
The fierceness that my voice comes across with it. I'll catch you and you in there with my son and y'all in there and y'all doing drugs or y'all do something. Yeah, I might black out on y'all. I'm going in there blacking the fuck out. You can't be like, you yelled at my son? Yeah, the motherfuckers had perks. The fuck is you talking about? Yeah, I yelled at him, nigga. You should be yelling at him. That's how I am with it. And if you don't want me to have a certain approach with it or whatever the case may be, then that's on you. I know that your kid can't be under my roof. Y'all do things a little, y'all more lenient or whatever the case may be.
I think it should be a communication though.
Yeah, when it's family, it's hard.
Yeah, but clearly this is not her family, right? And clearly there needs to be some type of line of communication. And if she's seen that and didn't like that or whatever, she should have had that conversation with him on the side and be like, listen, I ain't like the way you yell. He could have probably explained and you could have been like, you know what? All right, if he is here, if my child, whoever it's a he or she or whatever, just be like, listen, if they do this, can you just like I'll just make sure that they won't do this, but can you just not yell at my child? Just have some type of communication.
So check this out. While you living in this space, right? Living in these people's space for however long this situation is, at some point, it would be healthier for that kid to have some relationship with the people that actually have that
there.
house, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So obviously you had to move in with your child to another man and woman's house. So I'm just speculating.
They need to follow their rules.
I'm saying that there's a man missing from their equation.
Right.
Because if she had her own man, most likely they would go and stay with her man or his father or whatever, right? So hold on. So now in my house, I'm still in my house. I'm dad in my house at the end of the day, my nigga.
Right.
Now you in here. I'm not saying your son is my son, but what I'm saying is the ground rules that go on in here, they go on in here. And what often happens with people is, and I could definitely see it, but with the way you described how this woman was talking, there's probably things her son is doing. He's giving you the opportunity to address them, and you won't.
Listen,
Yeah,
that's
she
what I
doesn't
was.
sound
That's,
strict enough.
that's what I was actually going to go back to. That when I recall this conversation that I heard, nothing never came out about the guy doing anything. It wasn't. It was other than him
Addressing
saying something about noise and how loud and the times that it be loud and his work. That was it. It wasn't nothing like he cursed at my son. He shouldn't have spoke to my son like that. It was nobody tells my son, I don't give a fuck where I'm at. I think I heard that. I don't give a fuck where I'm at. Nobody tells my child what to do.
It
That's
sounds
what-
like
So
it
many
sounds like a
parents are like that.
traumatized. It does. She sounds like she went through something when she was younger, and
I
she
mean-
now is defensive to her kids because she remembers how she felt, like me.
There's
Like,
so
it
many
sounds like-
parents that act like that, though. They're just like, my kid is an angel. My kid can do no wrong.
Or- Not that he
you
didn't-
cannot treat my kid that
And-
way.
and
And they
listen.
give them this spoiled, like, upbringing.
And listen, sometimes this spoiledness that we talking about, it wasn't nothing in the past that happened to make it. And I get that, Monica, in certain
Yeah,
cases,
yes.
Monica, that may be true. It might be cases where something happened. But guess what? In a lot of cases, you just got toxic motherfuckers.
That's
it's like,
true.
It's my way or no way.
Yup.
It's what it is. This how it go. If motherfuckers don't like it, then they can get away from me. And then when you get away from them, it's still an issue.
Teachers deal with it. Teachers deal with it all the time. Your son is disrupting the fuck out of the classroom. I kicked him out. The parents, you start seeing where the kid get it from. The parent come up to the school on some ghetto tough shit where it's like, yo, my nigga, your son was acting out of pocket. He cursing at me in the class. I told him he had to go.
And,
you know what I'm saying?
And they wonder why the behavior continues and it doesn't stop. Why it doesn't stop? Because mom comes up here and fucking actually doesn't even like try to find out what really happened. She just too protective over the kids.
And let me-
the
hold on.
kids is actually doing fucked up shit.
Hold on, let me say this. Let me say
The
this real
aunt that
quick.
I was talking
Hold on,
about
hold on,
is a
hold on.
teacher in Camden.
Hold on. This real quick. This is very, very important. When Porta Rich speaks on this subject, I want to remind everybody that he's actually a child care expert.
Yeah, I'm CBA
Like, no,
certified.
this is his actual career
Yeah.
outside of the entertainment of the podcasting, the wild talking, the comedic business.
Just renewed my certificate. 12 years in early childhood development, all the way up to, we raise them all the way up until 12. We try to really keep them as long as possible. We'll even invite them back to do mentor work, volunteer work, and stuff like that when they get to the age limit where they exceed the program. So what Dev is saying is correct. Like sometimes when we talking about this shit, it just hit a certain place with me because I've seen different things in different scenarios. And don't get me wrong, our goal as a child care employee and a child care specialist and a person that's in this field and been in this field for over a decade, my goal is to try to bring the family and the child and their problems, everything, and bring them all back together. Get the problems out. Family stays family, right? And we figure this out where we don't have to go outside the family to all these outside sources to fix family.
Just know not everyone's going to be on your side.
No, I get it. Listen, it gets ugly. I get it. But what Dev is saying is correct. That bro, it's certain shit that we enable with children. We enable it. We actually, we two homies with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's actually like a setup. It's detrimental for them.
It is.
In the years to come, if these behaviors exceed and they keep these habits and they don't learn that there is authority out here that you have to respect.
Hold on. So think about this. Respect with authority, because this conversation of what Porter's talking about could actually go. Some of our people that's in our chat and talking, that's chiming in right now as we speak in the live chat, dealing with this, but it's not a woman moving in with necessarily her kids. It could be your mom-in-law, your father-in-law. That's, I think, could be more even difficult if you got if you and your girl, your girl's mom has to move into the house because something happens. Now your mom's girl is in the crib and she got her own ways and lifestyle about her and things that she's going to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's almost even a deeper struggle because now you trying to talk to the mom about, or her father about the rules to your house. Sir, listen, here we do this.
Right.
And he looking like, nigga, that's my daughter. Like
that's one of my biggest fears, even like marrying like into the family, like, you know, that comes with it. And just like, I don't know how I'm gonna react.
That's like
I don't
a
know.
double-
My
But
dad put the
that's what
barrier up. When my
that's like
dad
a
went
double
homeless, he
violation.
said, go to the homeless shelter. Isn't that fucked up? But like,
No.
whatever.
But I think sometimes, you know, you notice those things when you meet the parents. You start to kind of see little things and little red flags that'll trigger that. So like in your case, Monica, like you can kind of see if you want to like marry into that, because like I have friends that, you know, are actually about to get married, and you know, their in-laws, the dad is great, the mom, she could be a lot. She's a part of, she tries to insert herself in the relationship, you know, and they're like, no, but my son's a great guy and my son's this, but it's like, but you don't know what your son does to her. Like, you're just seeing it one-sided. And then, you know, they enable their own children as adults. Like you said, Richie, like, it's
Right.
unfortunate. And it's just like, parents, number one, y'all need to let y'all kids be adults when it's in an adult situation and let them figure their shit out. But when they're kids, you need to allow outside support. If you don't have a full support system within you and your child, you need to get that outside support, especially if you were in someone else's household.
Yeah, so I'm glad you brought it back to that, because I don't want to get off of that. I'm saying that inside of your household, we talked about the ways that you could go about it with the children. What do people do? How do you navigate a situation where it's like, oh, it's me and my family, and now my girl or your husband's brother moved in the house, their mom moved in the house, and that shit can get
That's
crazy
actually probably
too.
worse.
It's
I think,
worse
because it's like if you get in an argument, you arguing with a whole adult. Like it can cause tainted relationships amongst your significant other because you arguing with your mother-in-law, or you enabling your brother-in-law, and you know he always blows money on gambling, but he's staying with you, and it could be so many things. And it's just like, you gotta have that conversation before you allow them to come in the crib. Like, we need to stand on what we stand on.
But that,
But sometimes you can't. Like, they're in a pickle and you gotta like accept them.
You don't have to though.
That's a good
pretty
point.
much I have, until like I had a fiance and he said nah.
But no, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to, because you
But
see
you
he made
feel
this.
guilty as fuck after. I
But
mean,
how
like
much-
the fact that my brother and dad went to like the homeless shelter in Camden, like, was not cool with me.
But what do you do?
Should've called me. Should've called me, though,
Hold on, wait.
at that time.
Hold on. So, but
Gotta
this the
make sure it
thing.
was cool.
What do you do though? So you let them in your house, and they deteriorate your relationship because they don't have any stake in that. At the end of the day, they coming in there and they just like, whatever, I'm in my daughter's house, or I'm in my sister's crib, or whatever the case may be. Those situations,
they don't have the respect.
Yeah, they don't have the respect. They don't have y'all. They don't. Sometimes, right?
Yeah.
The way that they live
It's
is
just
why they are in the situation they're in.
And it
so
might
they
not
bring
even
that
be
to
their
you.
fault. Like,
But listen,
No.
But listen,
It might just be the way that they live.
But listen, the same
That's
way
their fault.
But the same way
I
that the
mean,
people,
if they don't
Angelina,
realize it.
Angelina, listen, but the same way the people, right? They got this shit with them that they do, these habits, right? It's not their fault. This is how they are, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But when you come live in my house, and I think about my mom when I say this, right?
Yeah.
Because my mom, if she do you a favor, let you come stay with us, she don't give a fuck what you believe. It's her rules. She's getting up at 6 a.m, turning Spanish music up to the motherfucking 80 volume. You
That's what my grandma does, too.
You gonna be in your room like, oh my God, what the fuck? Get your own.
Yeah.
Get your own, because my mom, you know, that's just her thing. She feels everybody needs to be up in the morning going to work, doing something, get out. Nobody
feel
should
that.
be asleep at 12 in the afternoon. So when I'm blasting this merengue, this salsa, everybody should be the fuck out the house.
I dig it.
Know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah. I stayed at my grandma's a month this summer to like detox, and honestly, this bitch was mad if I was sleeping at 9 a.m. Oh man.
You can't call not grandma.
I'm not allowed to call your bitch.
You can't call me. can't
And
call
she
me
would be
mama,
fine with
bitch. You
it.
cannot
She
be-
answers the phone to like telemarketers and she's like, suck my fucking dick.
What?
So,
Grandma?
yeah.
How old
80-year-old
is she
grandma.
now? 80?
Yeah.
She definitely mob ties. She's mob ties. She's tied.
Well,
She's
yeah,
tied.
she owned a bar in Camden.
Oh, what bargain?
It was on 5th Street, 5th and Spruce.
Tell Grandma we say hi.
Yeah, went through Prohibition. I mean, they got in trouble
She must
for
have
like
had
some
Polish.
gambling
She must
or
have had
whatever.
Polish ties.
She said they
'cause
got in trouble for underworld gambling.
Camden in the beginning. That's why Polak is called Polak, because it originated with a lot of Polish people. So it was a lot of probably Polish, Italians, all running through Camden. I can see your grandma being out there doing her thing.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
That's
I think you should be
Anyway.
considered.
called
Be
grandma
considered a
bitch.
people.
No, my grandma's like a hard ass bitch. She's
That's right.
hilarious.
That's
like
right.
she's the realest of the real. She doesn't sugarcoat shit. You guys should have her on the radio.
hold on. If
Honestly.
your grandma's from a certain time period, she might
She's
not.
hilarious
She's a,
though.
she's a grandster.
Yeah, don't call her
Like
racist.
instead of
No,
a
no, no,
gangster,
She's
let me
a
ask you.
total gangster.
Let me ask you:
She's
Is your
like a
grandma?
man.
Is your grandma racist?
No.
Oh.
I don't think she's racist because one of her best friends at the bar was black, but she does like Trump, so I think that's a problem.
Well, black people like Trump. It's some black people that like Trump. Let's be honest.
She will say
Just 'cause
she's
she
not
like
racist to the end of day.
Listen, just
and
'cause she
I
like
don't really
Trump-
think she is racist
I'ma
because
be-
she never had a problem with me having a black boyfriend.
Nah, I don't think
okay.
she's
Oh, I
racist
see.
just because she like Trump. There's black people that like Trump.
Well,
Yeah, for
Obviously,
sure.
yeah.
I mean, we know.
For sure.
But she's the only person in my family that like likes Trump. It's pretty funny.
Well, anybody, if you got people in your motherfucking crib, basically they're saying that if you got a kid in your house, you should be everybody votes. You should be able to tell that kid, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
No.
not shut the fuck up, but you should be able to discipline them.
All right,
No, I never agreed with that. I don't know why he just collected people to someone.
No. I agree that it takes a village, man.
All
Yeah,
right.
it does.
It takes
a village.
Hold on, hey y'all.
It takes a village of your choosing, not just some random ass people telling my kid to be quiet.
Monica.
Hold on,
Wait.
wait. Hold on. Can we? Come on. Hold on. Wait. We get sloppy, y'all. How are there random people
If you stay in there.
if you move into their fucking house?
Right.
There's
Tell her,
no
man.
such thing as so. My kid, you trust my household enough to move your child inside of
Yeah,
my
I don't
doors.
trust you to raise them
Hold
or
on.
talk to them.
Hold on. But you to talk to them.
To raise them.
Nigga, you in my house.
To raise them.
in my house.
But no,
To
they're not
raise
saying
them.
raising. They're saying it has to
So
be
it takes a
some-
village to what? To raise a kid, right?
Okay.
If you
Okay.
don't, Monica, if you don't trust them to raise them, why the fuck would you put them in that household?
Right.
I
They in
didn't say
that
I'm in a
household.
bind.
You might not even be there the whole time. You gotta go
But
to work.
clearly
You
there's
gotta
an
do
issue
shit.
with you then. If then clearly they need a village because
Yeah.
if you in a bond and you got your child and you just bring them to some
I
random
need a
house.
village
Guess what?
as
Hold
an
on.
adult.
No. Hold on. Check this out.
I need a village.
Check this out.
Send help.
Check this out. You need a village because you don't got your own hut.
Right.
Yeah, but that doesn't have anything to do with my kid.
No, but what I'm saying,
it
yes,
does,
it
because
does.
that's-
It doesn't.
Yes, it does.
I'm
I
Say-
need help. My kid doesn't need help. Stop
Yes,
talking
they
to
do
him.
because if
If
you
you
don't,
need
because
help,
if you
you fucking
I
kid
need help
need
because I
help.
lost my job in my apartment and shit like that. That doesn't have anything to do with
Yes,
my
it
child.
does.
Yes, it
Because
does.
if you
You're the provider for the child, and you just lost all
But
your
I'm
shit you
not asking
provide
for a
with.
babysitter or a nanny. I'm asking for a house over my head.
No. You're asking for a house over your head, and you're asking for a house
Over my child's
your
head.
child's head,
Yes.
and your child underneath mine.
Listen.
And hold on. Your child, no matter where he went,
Dev.
hold on, wait. He could go to fucking Anna Sample
Dev.
in Camden. Hold on, bro.
Go ahead.
You could go to Anna Sample Family Shelter in Camden. There are rules there.
Yes.
That's right.
Yep.
There are rules there. And guess what else? Them rules is going to consist of a curfew. So it could get way worse. In my crib, you might be able to come in different times. But if you at Anna Sample, you got to check in at a certain time.
Yeah.
You got to leave out at a certain time. So be thankful, people.
Right.
And abide by people rules.
I'm not
Damn,
saying
this
no.
goes back. This goes back to this, Monica. It goes back to this, and it's very sad. It's very sad, and we need to recognize it and do something about it and move on it. But at the end of the day, this goes back to the parents who your kid then got caught fucking stealing a car, right? He stole a car. Police have him. They bring him to the house, right? First charge, right? They bring him to the house. They telling you he's going to court. He has a court date. He's probably going to end up getting probation. He's probably going to jail. Instead of getting mad at your child, a lot of parents get mad at the police. You threatening my child. How you know he going to go to jail? All this shit. You enabling all that fuck shit. Guess what? You're part of the reason. You're part to blame if in 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, because you enabled that little behavior when it was small, and now the fucking molecule turned into a mountain, the molehill turned into a mountain, right? And now your fucking child is in prison where you can't save him. In prison, let me tell you how I go in prison when niggas don't listen. When you don't listen in prison, they call for the motherfucking goon squad. They call them turtle suits. The niggas come in looking like Ninja Turtles with the vests on, all motherfucking shoulder pads like they play football, helmets on. You can't see what nobody look like because they coming to fuck you up. They coming to fuck you up, damn near paralyze you. And you going into the hole until you heal. Your mom and dad, no matter if one of your homies call home and say, yo, they beat Dev half to death, mom. Please call up here and check on Dev. When your mom call, they gonna give you all this runaround. And it's all, hold on. And it's almost legal. But all of this shit comes from the parents who don't believe in the village, right? Who don't believe in like when the information is actually gonna benefit your child and it's the right thing, you should stand on it.
All right, Pretzel P, can I get you real quick?
Go ahead.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. But I think that the conversation should come to me. Like, correct me to correct my child.
No. Hold on. Listen, Monica, I'm going to tell you something.
In that situation, I'm not talking about the car situation because you're completely right in that.
Hold on, don't matter. You don't have a microphone. Listen, you got to talk to the mic. Listen, if you dealing with people, you got to realize this. And this is another shout out to motherfucking Andre Norman. He always speaks on something called the second voice. He preaches. This is a person that is a prison expert, behavioral expert on all things involving people leading to prison, what happens to them in prison, after prison, all of that.
Correct.
And he talks about the second voice, and he talks about the pride of people and how in their mind they want to be the person that gives the instruction to the kid, but that's not how life works. Your voice might just not be the voice. You could repeat the same information that I do. He don't listen to you. That's why he already running around my fucking house. Hold on, he already running around my house fucking acting up. So you need to be able to allow somebody else to try to be the second voice instead of making it a thing like, I'll discipline him. I'll be the one. Because obviously the motherfucker already made it to 4, 5, 6 and he running around doing what he wants.
Dev, let's paint a quick scenario, right? Devil's advocate, how we always do. Imagine your fucking son, right? Your son is school. You always told your son, no, you hit him back. You fight. You hit him back. You don't let nobody hit you. You fight back. This is what we do. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. At the end, something happened in the school, right? Kid is waiting outside for your son, right? To so-called fight. He been fucking with him all day. A teacher notices that this kid outside has something with him, like almost like a weapon or something. He tells your child, yo, don't go out there. Your child like, nah, my mom told me I fight niggas. I could fight. Like my mom, I don't listen to nobody but my mom. And the guy tells your child, yo, I think he got something on him, like a weapon or something. I don't want you to go out there and get hurt. Your son disregards that because all he was taught was listen to mom. You don't listen to nobody but mom. Your son go out there, put up his hands like this. The nigga whip out some shit out his waist. Blah, 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 blah to the chest. 6, 7 of them. You get wind of this. You get wind of the teacher was trying to stop your son and say, yo, I see him. He looked like he got something. He's not even going to fight you fair. Don't go out there. Like, come on, man.
All of a sudden, this the craziest part. Parent will be like, why they let him go out there? Why they ain't grab him and put him in the house? But if he grabbed him before that point and none of that happens, they coming up there to fight the motherfucking teacher. And this is the problem with this shit all the time, is that people want to be the one to be at the wheel. And obviously this person, and I'm not saying that if you fall on bad times, that makes you a bad parent. Everybody, at some point, most people fall on bad times. But obviously, there's certain things that you didn't have in place in your situation, you know what I'm saying? In your situation, and that's what led to the situation you in. Anything else is just blaming shit on everybody else. You're in the situation you're in because of your preparation and how you ran your household. So now you're in mine. Respect that shit. That's all. That's all.
Gotta always assess the message, man. Don't shoot the messenger. Assess the message first.
Yeah. Let's get into a was hot. Now it's fucking not. Do we got one from Walesca D or Porta Rich?
Well, Wally told me she had a list of them. That's why I pointed at Wally first.
I'm like, damn.
Because you told me you had a whole list.
I do, but what about who said I wanted to go first though?
I got one.
Go ahead.
All right, let's go.
The spray mint thing that they used to do, like in the shows and shit. They used to spray and then go talk to a girl or something. I haven't seen any of that.
Or the Listerine tablet joints too.
No, fuck that. The spray.
They was in the same.
They still got that.
You still see them?
The spray Listerine?
The spray mint
She
shit.
talking about just people busting out.
Yeah.
And like
That's
the
how you
older
do acid.
sitcoms and shit like
That
that.
probably had some fucked up shit in it that we wasn't supposed to be spraying in our mouth no way, and they took it off the market.
You know
Because
what?
most sprays are fucked up. If you think about it, they say air fresheners. Everything that sprays is just fucked up. We shouldn't be
Sprays
using
turn
it.
into acid somehow. I don't know how.
Yeah, I bet.
But
Some
but
girl
this,
in the line
but this,
from
hold
the
on, wait.
bathroom.
But this
Like, you want a trip?
This joint is pump. Like it's different between aerosol, where you like hit the thing and, it's different.
It's
that
minty.
different release, than like something that just pumps out. It's basically a way of air just moving it out. It's a little different than aerosol. Aerosol does something to the like ozone layer and all this other terrible
Oh, look
shit.
at that. You learned something new.
Yeah, some scientific type shit.
Right.
I spray aerosol, like hairspray as much as possible because I'm trying to speed up global warming because I just really want it to be like Florida here,
Do you have a
I
what's
don't even-
do you Angelina, do you have a what's hot, what's not for us? Like used to be hot, it's not no
Fuck
more.
Taylor Swift.
What? Hold on.
She's saying that she was out now. She's not.
Oh, no.
I'm crying.
Yo,
Nah, but that kind of like, hold on, I haven't heard about Taylor Swift in a minute though. That kind of like,
Nah.
This bitch has too much money. I don't know how. She pretends she's from Tennessee, but that bitch is from PA. My ex-fiance's fucking sister-in-law babysat for her, and this bitch lives in PA all her life. Yeah. Anyway, she makes more money than fucking Beyonce
Hold on. What is going
and
on?
Jay-Z combined.
What
and
is
she's
going
not,
on?
and
She
she's
makes
not,
way too much money.
you
I'm
don't
with
like the fact-
Kanye.
and you
Fuck
like,
her.
and you don't like the fact that she's not repping Philly because she's really from Philly.
No, she's from PA, but
PA.
like she's not. She's saying, "Oh, I went to high school in Tennessee." Like, bitch, I know you grew up in PA because I know people that babysat you, bitch, and they thought you were gonna be nothing.
Oh my
You
God.
played through your stupid TVs for that. Like, ew.
That's not. Hold on, man. That's
Anyway.
not. Hold on, wait. That's not a good diss because they were very wrong. They were.
She just said that she has all this money. They were wrong.
my God.
Dad, what's your what's that last line?
Taylor diss.
Take it away.
Hey, yo, listen. Dad,
The Taylor diss.
this is the craziest part. Earlier in this joint, she talked about sucking on something, right?
What?
Yeah.
She talked about sucking on something. And that's the thing that I think is the was hot. Now it's not. And that's colored contact lenses. I think colored contact lenses was super popping in
It
the
was a
like
thing.
90s. In the 90s, it was a lot of niggas.
What
That
colors
was like,
though?
they had the
Hazel,
niggas,
green.
That was it. Hazel.
Hazel
Oh,
and
green
green
and
one. Hazel green.
gray.
A lot of people would do the blue, but the hazel
I
one
already
was the
have
main
those
one.
colors, so I did purple.
What?
She had purple color contact.
Oh, I
I
mean,
mean, my eyes are blue-ish green or gray, if you think they're gray.
They like greenish blue to me.
I don't
But
know
then
what
again,
color
who the
they
fuck-
really are.
But yeah,
Because-
contacts used to be a thing back in the day. But can I do the reverse?
Reverse.
All right,
Why
so
not? If you like it in reverse.
what
I'm just saying if you like this in reverse.
what wasn't hot and people weren't doing for a while was using disposable cameras. Now I feel like
Hold
I
up,
brought
the-
it
Bring
the
it back.
cameras?
Bring it back.
Yeah,
Bring it
disposable
back.
cameras. That was hot at one point. Remember, you would have a Polaroid, your disposables. Now I feel like I brought it back a little bit because I started doing it.
Yeah, you did.
Hey.
Yo, like everybody has a I love disposable camera. I love
At
film.
weddings,
You
they
ain't
put
bring
them
that
on the
back.
table now.
I feel like I did. I feel like now I'm
They
seeing
want
people.
those
All my pictures right now from like I want to say the 10 pictures from where my page is at now. Those pictures, they're all film. They're all film pictures, all of them. And I love this, and it's fucking from a disposable camera.
You can't
And everybody's
edit that.
like, "Oh my god, how and you get it
I thought it was a filter. I thought it was a filter.
No, it's literally a fucking disposable camera. I'm like,
I went to Walgreens and got it developed.
but you know what's crazy? Back
They
in
still
the day,
do that? They do that at Walgreens?
yeah, but the crazy thing is, I don't get it developed from there because the quality's not well. So shout out. Well, I'm not gonna shout them out because they don't like, you know.
You can shout them out, fuck it.
Shout them out.
It's called Liz Digital. It's in Chinatown, and they literally have
yeah.
the bet. Like that's where I develop all
Tell
my
them,
pictures.
listen, get with us and we'll keep shouting
I'm
you
down
out.
for that.
They're
If you
in
get with
they're
us.
Chinatown in New York, but shout out to them because they actually give you. I think it's like $40 or whatever. But if you go to like some other place, like another print place to print film, is way more expensive, and the time frame is longer. But they send it to you via email, and then that's how you can upload them. And I can have them like physically have them, but I just saved the what do you call them? The
It's like the original strip, the black and white.
no, they're called the what are they
Negative.
called? The
Negative.
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 Hey,
Yes, I
you guys
saved them.
have any like digital cameras? Not digital, like the snap ones, whatever
film?
that fill up that like you haven't developed, because I have a pile of them for my family because I'm not rich enough to go get them developed. That
So
are
they're
probably
like-
from my childhood. I don't know.
Yo,
But-
you should start like
Hey,
developing
can someone
them.
donate to me so I can figure out what my childhood was like?
Or we could just figure out a way to develop them the way the serial killers do. In movies, you see them, they be in like their basement, they be dark, they be dipping them in water and
Yeah.
Because I
doing all
can't
this
afford
weird shit.
CVS over and over, guys. It's a lot. There's way too many, and half of them turn out to be like,
I feel like your family owes
All
you
right,
that.
listen,
Like,
all right,
maybe
I
listen.
know,
All right,
but like my
hold on.
family isn't shit.
Real quick too, because this that was like kind of dope, like time period where you had to like you was excited to wait, because one of the things that definitely was hot, and now is not, as anticipation.
Yeah.
There is no anticipation for anything because we live in a time where shit just drops right now.
Yeah.
You sometimes they don't even tell you when the album dropping. You ain't even get to anticipate it. It just was like, yo,
Oh,
go
yeah,
right
that's
now.
so
That joint,
true.
yeah, that joint is out.
Especially Beyonce.
so-
Beyonce take off like tonight.
Listen, you used to have
Rihanna
to.
is trying to bring it back, clearly,
Yeah.
the anticipation.
Yeah, look, you used to have to order your Netflix movie and
Yeah.
wait for that joint to come, and you was excited, like you open the mail and you got your 3 disc in there. So that was a thing, and I remember this was crazy. She brought up like Walgreens specifically, and I might have told this maybe even on a sound only, but when we was kids, it was a situation where people used to get everybody used to get their film done by the joint on Westfield Avenue.
Yeah.
Right. But on Westfield Avenue, it would my peoples had got like a job there, and he had to work in the photo department, and they was like, yo, if you get anything inappropriate in here, we're not allowed to develop it. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Because the people think that a machine does it, where
Right.
it's them working the machine.
Yeah.
So they like, yo, so people will put naked pictures because they think nobody sees it, like it just bags itself and all that. So the manager at the time, this back in the 90s, is like, yo, was against policy to print one of them joints. He says, so print 2 of them, right? These niggas had a illest collection of the wildest shit you ever
That is
seen
great.
of the whole Pensacola and Camden. This whole county, people
what?
that was in it.
To make money?
Nude.
Blackmail?
It
Oh.
was
Just
just
for fun.
butt naked wildness going on in this motherfucking city. It was wild because people in their minds think I
It's a
drop off
machine.
this footage
Yep.
and they don't think people see it. You a girl in motherfucking high school, you go to Rutgers College, you go to wherever, people that lived here, they going in with they film, handing it to another nigga that go to school.
That's real.
They not understanding like, yo, when I run this film, my nigga, it's you in this.
I can double it.
So the niggas that's taking the pictures with 3 bricks, guns, a grenade, all chilling, all them pictures that niggas had, 2 guns, bricks on the table, all of that.
They set us up at the Pensacola Market. They set us up heavy.
No, that shit, the people had copies of it. You really wasn't supposed to give people even copies of that. You was supposed to be like, yo, bro, I can't give you this.
Right.
But of course, it's Jones in there, titties out, sucking niggas off, all types of shit. So the people that worked there, they had the well of knowledge of all this freaky shit that was going
That's
on
wild.
in the motherfucking town. Yeah.
Kept it.
I remember
It was like
people
a under-
getting mad, like my family, about like certain pictures not getting to them. They went to Mardi Gras and like part of the pictures didn't get back, and they're like, why? And
because it was them
they
titty
complained
Jones.
and they got them, but like titties.
Titties. It was the
We
titties.
got time for my
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Because I got a what's hot, what's not. I was able to assess it and get it done. But I think at one point in time, right? I think physical paper maps was hot.
Yo.
Yes.
Everybody kept one in the car, right? They was all in the glove compartment. And not only was they hot, and I'm gonna tell you why they was hot, or why I feel as though they was hot, because I don't really know. Me and my family, we did have a map in the car at one point. I don't recall. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys and say, oh, we used to always be on the map. But I do feel that a lot of families cherish road trips. They cherish road trips with the family. They cherish the map. Instead of one person being on his phone with the navigator, right? Because we in the microwave era, everything is so simple and we think it's so good, but it actually takes away a lot of the things that we used to enjoy and things that we used to
stimulate
cherish.
the brain.
Right, and things that we had to do together that brought unity to our family.
Yes.
Because if we got to figure out this map together and it's three of us looking at it, then when one person think the turn is here, but you really on point, you like, no, nigga, look at the line. It's really like right here. We going right. It was just like a team thing.
Yeah.
We getting here together
Florida?
and we got to stay poised together to get here. And I just think it was a time that it was probably, I'm almost sure that it was hot to like massive families in America and all over the globe. And nowadays we in the microwave era. Everybody just going to the fucking navigator. Now you just rely on one nigga. Everybody else go to sleep.
Yep.
And be like, yo, get us here. And then
Where did you go?
I miss those times because we used to go to Massachusetts a lot. And like my mom would have the map and be like, and at that point you learn the roads, you learn how to get on like those Route 676 or whatever, you know, Route 1 and all these major roads that can get you all up that East Coast, the tri-state. So that's actually, I miss those times.
Maps. Let's bring the maps back. Let's go get some physical maps.
Nobody
Hey,
go
I
do
did a
it.
cross-country
bring
road trip,
togetherness
and
back.
I got a map before I went. I brought my 13-year-old brother and my 17-year-old sister. I was only 19.
Where'd you go?
I went from California to New Jersey.
Hold on, you did the whole thing off the map for real? Or you cheated?
No,
She just said she brought it with her.
I brought it with
When
me,
was
and
this?
I
When
booked
was
hotel.
this? When was this?
When I was 19.
19. How old are you now? We need a time frame.
Don't do me dirty
All right,
like
all right, well,
this.
give us
I'm
the estimate.
27.
Okay, so 8 years ago you had
But my
you
brother
had
was only
navigation.
13.
You had navigation though.
Yeah, I had navigation, but it didn't work when it was downpouring in New Mexico, and it was crazy. And then I ran over a deer, and all this blood was on my windshield, and it was fucking crazy.
She just went from her spill on this to a horror movie. Like that's Angelina.
Yo, Monica, can we get you to spin the wheel, Monica? Look at Monica's over there.
That's Angelina.
Monica,
This shit just turned into a motherfucking.
It turned into a horror story.
Yeah.
I don't even feel like I want to twerk. Like,
I lost the nigga name. He used to do all the horror shit.
blood.
It was
What is it?
Steven Spielberg's film.
Get her, Porter.
Man, we in a strip club. Let's go. Give me some. Come on, Evelyn.
Get him, get up on him, Els. Go ahead, Els.
Let's go to live podcast on television. It's not even a podcast.
Yo, why is Porta Rich talking like he has a microphone?
I thought I had one.
Porta Rich doesn't have a microphone, but he said he thought he had one, man. Thank y'all for tuning in once again. Let us know in them comments, man. If you didn't get in here in touch in time for the live chat, make sure you go in the comments. Let us know. What should a person be able to do if people living up underneath their roof and twerking? What the
And
fuck
like,
going on?
and
What the
like,
fuck going on?
and like, and like. Hit the like button. Hit the like button.
Hit the like button, man. We appreciate y'all.